Hello friends, this is Bhatia from Sukhmani Immigration Services, Brampton, Canada. I'm a regulated and licensed Canadian immigration consultant. Today's video is very special because we are going to talk about 3 PNP draws and 3 PNP draws from 3 provinces. There is something special in each province. I will talk in detail about these, but before that, a request. If you are new to the channel and have not subscribed yet, please consider subscribing. And we talk a lot about Canadian immigration news, update, tips and tricks on this channel. If you like the video, please share it with family and friends. So without further delay, let's get on to this important video. So this important video is about the 3 PNP draws from 3 different provinces. I'm starting with Manitoba. So Manitoba has done their 4th PNP draw of 2023. There is something special because from this time onwards, Manitoba has started with occupation specific draws. So occupation specific draws are what? Occupation specific draws are that they need a particular occupation. Even if their score is less, they will pick it up. So this is what has happened, and here are the categories, just so that you are aware of those categories of Manitoba. So Manitoba is basically having 3 PNP categories broadly. Out of these 3 categories, skilled worker stream is the category. Skilled workers can be from Manitoba, can be from overseas. So there are 2 categories in the skilled worker, and under the international education stream, it is for those who come here in Manitoba to study and then they can follow the TEER pathway. So there are 3 options for them. One is career employment, the second one is graduate internship, and the third one is student entrepreneur. And on the farm investor side, on the business side, we have farm investor category and we have entrepreneur category. So these are the 2 categories for entrepreneur, but today's focus is not on the entrepreneur. So coming back to the Manitoba categories, so Manitoba conducted the draw. This was for the first time they have came up with the occupation specific draw, and this draw number is 169. Here is the information from the government website, and if you look at the categories or the occupations which are targeted, these occupations are right here. So they are transport drivers, retail managers, nursing, secondary and high school teachers, hairstylist, automotive technicians, retail salesperson, office support. These are the prominent categories and under which the people were called in. Now, Manitoba PNP draw, under that, if you look at the all categories or all occupations, this is the information. So now let's look at the total details of this, and the draw happened on 23rd of February. As I said, skilled workers in Manitoba, occupation specific draw they have conducted. So even if the score is less, if you can see here, so score was 615, still they are being called because it's an occupation specific draw. But in addition, they have also done skilled workers in Manitoba, all occupation draw. All occupation draw, the score was 693 and number of people called were 298. Skilled worker overseas, 27 people were called and the score was quite high, 721. For international education stream, 51 people were called. In total, 583 letter of advice to apply were issued. Letter of advice to apply is the same thing just like the ITA, invitation to apply. So out of 583, 150 people already have the profile in Express Entry. So that's why I always say Express Entry profiles are very, very important. So this is about Manitoba. Let's have a look at the snapshot, which means how many people have been called so far. So if we look at the numbers, total 4 draw happened, 2 in January, 2 in February, total 1,549 people are called. Let's move on to the another province, which is BC. BC has a very peculiar habit. BC conducts draw every Tuesday. So last Tuesday was 28th of February. BC did 4th draw in the February month, and BC always do draw in two parts. One draw which is a general draw, the other one is a targeted draw. So now let's look at the BC draw. 28th February the draw happened, and the draw was in the targeted category of the technology. So technology sector people were invited, 145 people were invited. In the targeted category, again we have early childhood educators and healthcare people. So all this information, if you look in this slide, you will be better able to understand. So 169 people were total called on February 28th. Out of 169, 145 people were invited under the tech category. It was a tech draw, and under the targeted category 24 people were invited. Out of 24, 18 were early childhood educator and 6 were healthcare worker. So these were the categories under which people were invited. Now let's look at the snapshot. So snapshot is telling you how many people have been called so far. BC in the month of January, they have called 1,107 people, entire month of January. Now, February has 4 Tuesdays, and each Tuesday they have called the number of people here in front of you. So total January and February together, they have called 2,002 people. So this is the information right in front of you. Now let's move on to the third PNP draw by a province which is very close to my heart, and that province is, it's the smallest province. You know it. It's Prince Edward Island. Prince Edward Island is the smallest province by land size and by occupation, by population. So, but still, it calls people by 3 different types. So the options under which PNP is one of the option, and under PNP there is a worker stream, there is a entrepreneur stream, and the Prince Edward Island also call people through AIP program, Atlantic Immigration Program. So this is the second way of calling. If you have not seen my video on Atlantic, you can watch that, very informative. So that is Atlantic Immigration Program. The third way Prince Edward Island calls people is through federal immigration. So anybody who is coming through federal immigration can also go to the Prince Edward Island. So this is about Prince Edward Island PNP options. Now let's look at the draw. So this is the only province which provides you the date in front of you. They tell you which date the draw is going to happen. Now let's look at the date. So according to their schedule, the date was March 16th. But March 16th, it is not there yet. So what happened? So this is basically a surprise draw. March 16th also they will conduct a draw. This is a surprise draw. Sometimes they need more people. So Prince Edward Island, what they do is they conduct a surprise draw. This was a surprise draw, and in this surprise draw they have called, this happened on 2nd March, 46 people were called, and there is nothing from the business impact category because that will happen on March 16th. So they have already told you. So PNP, as you can see, there are number of PNP categories, each province, and within each province there are so many categories. So there is a matching which needs to happen between your profile and the PNP. So if you want to discuss your profile with us, you can book an appointment. Our office is located in Brampton. Email ID, phone number, and all details are right in front of you. Very important thing. If you have still not subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing. Thank you very much for watching the video. Thanks.